The New York Jets schedule comes out for the 2024 season. And who else are we going to break it down with our Jets beat writer, Brian Costello? Cos, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing well. I know this is a busy day for you, breaking down this Jet schedule, getting your reaction. So a couple questions here. The biggest thing I think every Jets fan is talking about is the primetime games that the Jets have on the schedule.
Yeah,
Six of them, seven if you include that London game. What are you taking away from the fact that in the first 11 weeks of the season, the Jets are looking at six primetime games?
I think I take away the NFL thinks the Jets are going to be good at the beginning of the season. I think obviously the roster, it speaks to the Jets roster, and they NFL expects them to be in this thing, but there's not a lot of faith that you know December that they'll definitely be in December, right? Like I think that's because of two things. Injuries, right? They've had a lot of injuries in the last few years, and they're an older team, and they haven't done it for 13 years. We've had, there's been years where we thought this before, like, oh, they're going to contend, but they got them on prime time often and early, but not so much late in the season.
No, you're right. And Kaz, to start off the season with against the NFC defending champs, the 49ers, Monday Night Football. I think a lot of Jets fans had a little bit of PTSD. Here we go again, Monday Night Football for the Jets.
Yeah,
What'd you think about that?
yeah, I'm with you. I think I understand why fans feel that way. Obviously, the image of last season. There's two images of last season. First one, and they happened pretty quick. Aaron Rodgers running out of the tunnel with the flag. Aaron Rodgers on the ground, sitting, falling to the ground and holding his ankle. So, the 49ers game is going to be reminiscent of that. And then the home opener, Ryan, is a Thursday night game against the Patriots. So I would think it's sort of going to be the same atmosphere. I was talking to somebody with the Jets earlier, and they were saying, do we wear the white uniforms again? Or is that, white on white? Or is that going to be bringing back memories of last year? Do we mess up? Do we try to mix up the mojo here and wear green pants this year instead? Like, it's going to, those two games, that the image is going to be in your head from last year. So I understand Jets fans reacting that way. And then from a football perspective, that's a tough way to start the season, the
Three
49ers.
games in 10 days. 3 games in a 10-day span, right, Kaz, to
But
start the year. So that's hard enough as it is, right?
yeah, the 49 and like especially I mean the 49ers game, the Titans and the Patriots should be games the Jets can win. And like I look at it, the first four games, they should be 3-1, right? The Broncos aren't a good team. So the the level of competition drops off where we've seen in some recent years where the Jets have had a killer schedule to start the
Right.
season. I think this is a little easier, at least through the first 4 or 5 weeks than it's been, but then it picks up a little bit. But yeah, I just think the 49ers game, that the Jets have a lot of new pieces on offense in particular that they're going to have to get in sync. And I'm going to guess they're not going to have a lot of time together in training camp in the preseason because some of them are coming off injuries, some of them are older, so they're not going to be playing a lot of preseason games together. So the beginning of the season could be the Jets offense working out some kinks.
Absolutely. And then, Kaz, I think another thing a lot of people or fans are talking about is the amount of rookie quarterbacks the Jets are going to face here, in that span, if those rookies win those jobs,
They
right?
win,
Is
yeah.
you looking at New England, Denver, Minnesota, you could put at three rookie quarterbacks right there to
Well,
out of the.
the flip side of that, Ryan, is you could be looking at Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold in back to
I was
back
going to
weeks.
ask you that. What do you think about that?
That'd be awesome for my job. From my from storylines, you can't beat that. Like if they're playing the guy they drafted number two and the guy they drafted number three in back to back weeks, like hello, that's an easy story off the books. But yeah, no, the rookie quarterback thing is interesting, and yeah, I feel like Titans have a new coach, Patriots have a new coach. Broncos are in their second year with Sean Payton. Those are like there's some rebuilding teams here
Yeah.
on the schedule early on that the Jets will get to face.
And overall, when you're looking at this schedule, is there anything that stood out besides what we hit on with the prime times and the rookie quarterbacks? Was there a game that you or two that you were looking at that was interesting?
Just looking at that final stretch, Ryan, right? Like if we think the Jets are going to be good this year, and you're looking at the last three games are Rams at home, at the Bills, and Dolphins at home. And this is the first time they've had a home game to end the season since 2016. That's a pretty good stretch there. Like if they're in contention and this is the playoff push, the Rams are always they feel like they're always in it. They're always pretty good. Um, then going to Buffalo in week 17 is never fun going there that late in the season. and the Dolphins are expected to be a good team. So if the Jets are going to do this and snap the playoff drought, I think they're going to have to earn it in that late December, early January stretch. So that kind of jumped out to me too.
Yeah, especially like you said, Bills Dolphins to end the season. Those are the two teams you're looking at probably to clinch that
Yeah,
division, and you're going to be competing with them. And to your point, Kaz, I'll be interested to see like where they're standing at that point. You know, if they
yeah,
stacked up a couple of wins against a team like Seattle or Arizona, Houston Thursday night football, Halloween, right? That's going to be a
yeah,
fun one for fans to watch. So there's going to be a lot
yeah.
of
And the
fun
Bills,
games.
I haven't seen the Bills or the Dolphins schedules yet, so I don't know when they play. But like, you could have basically an AFC East tournament at the end of the season here with Bills, Dolphins, Jets. If the Bills and Dolphins play late, I'm going to guess they probably have they're playing week 2, right? Because that was announced. They're playing week 2 on Thursday Night Football, but
Correct.
I'm not sure when the game in Buffalo is. But if that's in December, and the Jets play the Dolphins twice there at the end of the season, right? The first game's December 8th. So, that could be basically like an AFC East tournament in December.
Kaz, Jets fans are hoping that we're playing some meaningful games finally in December and January. We appreciate you, man, just giving us your initial reaction as always on this Jets schedule. And we're looking forward to your coverage as we're getting closer and closer to training camp. Appreciate you as always, man.
Thanks, Ryan.